Hello students, I am Dr. V. Priyadarshini with you to teach on the topic Recruitment in Food Service Organization. Today's presentation of mine will have a brief introduction on manpower planning and recruitment in food service, the objectives, role of recruitment in food service, influential factors in recruitment, sources of recruitment, recruitment process, and of course, the summary of what we have learnt. A food service operation can be successful only with a capable workforce. It is essential for any food service industry to have a good organizational structure. Organizational structure truly means the manpower and staffing position of an institution. Accuracy in manpower planning leads to successful staffing. Requirement of manpower of any food service industry is done by forecasting. I am sure you will agree with me that employing the right person for the right job is a challenging task in any organization, and it is inclusive of several sub-functions, namely recruitment, selection, transfer, promotion, and training. Recruitment and selection are the two vital functions that needs a careful planning and execution. The process of recruitment helps a food service industry to identify talented and competent worker. It helps in the holistic development of an employee and eliminates shortage of personnel. It is an important management tool to control labor cost. As you all know, the function of recruitment is carried out by a team of HR members. With this prelude, let me tell you, this module will make you to gain knowledge on the process of recruitment in food service and understand their merits and demerits. Let me start with a simple definition of recruitment. Recruitment can be defined as an act of attracting a prospective employee to apply for a job in an organization, say for example a hotel. A food service industry has a wide job opportunities. The job ranges from a skilled work of baking a cake to an unskilled work of cleaning a floor. At the same time, it also throws challenges to personnel at managerial level who requires both knowledge and the skill to perform a job. For an example, a food production manager should be equipped with both the knowledge of various cuisines and the skills to innovate to make it popular among his customers. Recruitment has certain influential factors that needs a better understanding. Influential factors in recruitment. To start with, the process of recruitment in food service depends on the type of food service, size of the organization, cost, quality, and quantity of person needed to be recruited. As indicated, before any recruitment process, the human resource manager should brainstorm on the qualities and quantities of recruits and the period of recruitment. The manager should make smart choices of skilled personnel to suit his job requirements. Anyway, recruitment must only be made when a food service outlet anticipates a vacancy on a long term. Therefore, students, as a prerequisite, a manager should have a clarity of thinking on the job requirements, should do a critical analysis for a new recruitment, which in turn will indicate the management the reason for new vacancy and the strategic measures to be taken. Forecast on overall staffing requirement in terms of budget allocation should be made. He should also possess a brief database of the employee and should know to boost the image of the food service to attract potential candidates. Students always keep in mind that before a HR starts with the recruitment process, he should have an adequate knowledge on the sources of recruitment in the food service industry. Let me now brief you on the different sources of recruitment. External and internal sources are the two main sources of recruitment in any organization. To start with, let us learn on the internal sources of recruitment in detail. The process of seeking an employee within an organization is called internal source of recruitment. A food service industry have quite a few number of internal recruitment. They are promotions within a food service outlet, hiring of family members, internal job posting, and employee referral. Promotions within a food service outlet is not a new concept to us, isn't it? A human resource manager may think of a promotion as an excellent means of filling a vacancy which arises above the entry level. For example, if there is a vacancy for any position of a chef in a hotel, an assistant chef may be considered for the post of a chef through promotions. Students, please note that promoting an employee within a food service will boost his performance level and will motivate him. Promotion also inculcates loyalty and belongingness towards the organization. It also encourages the co-workers to aim for professional growth. Internal promotion not only helps in identifying a potential staff, but also creates a vacancy for a fresh candidate at a lower level, as there is a staffing gap because of promotion. Recruiting a candidate at lower level will in turn save time and money to the organization. Coming to the advantages of promotions, the promoted employee is well aware of the rules and regulations of the organization and hence can discharge his duties without doubts. Teamwork and interpersonal relationship will get strengthened. Time and money spent on training and induction program can be saved. The disadvantages are the scope for innovation and creativity is limited. Internal bias may lead to job dissatisfaction. Having seen on promotion, can we now pass on to the internal sources of recruitment, the hiring of family members? Hiring of family members, relatives, and friends is still in practice in many food service organizations. Smaller the food service organization, greater will be the chance for such hiring. Recruitment of family members within a food service is also called as nepotism. However, not all food service outlets can simply hire a family member or a relative. It can do so only if the organizational policy permits. Many food service organizations, both at national and international level, no longer continues with nepotism to prevent legal issues. When hiring a family member, care must be taken to position them in different departments or work area to avoid favoritism, as this may spoil the work culture and the work environment. Internal job posting is again an internal source of recruitment, which literally means the action of posting vacancy notification in the form of a circular, notice, flyers, or email to attract interested potential employees within a food service organization. Look at this vacancy alert notice. While posting a vacancy, a detailed information on the job title, qualification, job description, and application procedure should be provided. Also, the HR manager must make sure to reach out to all the qualifying prospective employees within the organization. As the internal job posting helps to identify a promising candidate within the organization, Sometimes favoritism can bring in unpleasantness among employees. Keep in mind that an employer may seek potential candidates from other food service outlets also. Is it clear? So what next? Yeah, you're right, the employee's referral. Students, one of the most common method that is being practiced for a very long time is employee's referral. Here, an employee in a food service organization makes a referral of a potential candidate who will fit well and meet the expectations of the organization. Though this method of recruitment seeks employee outside the organization, it is still considered as an internal source since the referral is from the employee working within the organization. You know, some food service organizations pay bonus or financial rewards to the employees who made the referral for bringing a promising candidate. This kind of recruitment proves to be beneficial for everyone, that is, the new recruits gets a job, the food service outlets gets a good employee, and the employee who did the referral earns a financial reward. On the whole, the advantages of internal recruitments are: it instills job satisfaction and job security among the employees, fosters loyalty towards the organization, reduces the cost of induction and training, maintain high level of motivation among employees, promote goodwill, and of course maximizes work efficiency. Dear students, I hope you are clear with all the 4 sources of internal recruitment, and now it's time for us to learn sources of external recruitment. As the name suggests, recruitment of prospective employees outside the organization to a structured format is called external recruitment. The most common external sources used by food service managers are temporary or contract workers, employment exchange, advertisement, catering internship, recruitment through internet. Let me explain it to you all the 5 sources in detail. Temporary or contract workers. Many food service managers maintain a database of temporary or contract workers from which vacancies are filled. This system of recruitment has the benefit of employing experienced personnel. The recruitment process is also quick and less expensive when compared to the other methods. Generally, the recruitment for jobs at lower level or at entry level are done through this method. The main disadvantage of this method is that dispute between an employer and an employee may arise regarding pay package, leave, and other fringe benefits. We will now move on to the next source, the Employment Exchange. Though the Employment Exchange Act 1959 claims a compulsory notification of vacancy in all establishment or industry, it does not impose any strict order on compulsory recruitment from employment exchange. Also, due to large staff turnover, food service industries always look for more temporary workers at entry level, and so the Employees Exchange Act does not apply to temporary vacancies. Hence, recruitment of food service personnel is very rare through employment exchange. Advertisement. The very word sounds magical, isn't it? Yes. We are now going to learn advertisement as one of the most frequently used recruitment sources in India. A food service organization may advertise its vacancy position in local newspapers, magazines, internet, and television. Normally, advertisements for low-profile jobs are given in local newspaper, as they may bring in lot of applicants because of their wide circulation. Not only that, they are also cost-effective when advertised in regional languages or in wanted columns. Recruitment for high-profile jobs are advertised in national newspapers, which has a wider reach. Students, go through this advertisement projected for you. While advertising in any media, the content of the advertisement should be clear and easy to comprehend. It should also be attractive so that it catches the prospective employee. Also, it should be informative. That is, it should communicate to the reader about the sales of application, selection procedures, and important dates. Recently, Internet is turning out to be an effective media to advertise. I am going to give you a task. After this session, go through a newspaper and read at least one advertisement and study for yourself how informative and attractive was the given advertisement. Now we are into the next external source that is not new to us. I hope you have undergone your internship training in reputed hotels. Have you? Yes. We are going to learn on catering internship. Very often, food service industry look forward to catering colleges for recruitments. As you are aware, as part of curricular requirements, the catering students have to undergo their internship training in different food service outlets. The students work temporarily with or without stipend in a particular department or work area he wishes to get trained. The employer may choose to prefer a candidate from the intern based on his performance. The intern also gets a first-hand information about the organization, work culture, and scope for potential development. Was that easy? I hope so. Now let's move on to the recruitment through internet, shall we? Recently, online recruitment has gained new momentum in recruiting process. Any requirements of the food service outlets are posted either in the official website or in different registered online sites like Naukri.com. For every online post, the response is quick and greater in number. Online recruiting is less expensive than the traditional advertisement and also has a wider coverage. It also reduces the time of both the employer and the employee in posting and responding to the job position. Screening of application becomes much easier as the employee may take up the preliminary screening test online. This enables the HR to make smart and quick choices. Online recruitment has also reduced the recruitment process. Students, before we move on to the next component, I would like you to recapitulate that so far we have learned the definition of recruitment, influential factors of recruitment, and the external and internal sources of recruitment. We are now going to learn the process of recruitment. There are 4 main stages in the process of recruitment. They are need analysis of vacancy, job analysis, attracting potential employees, and shortlisting of candidates. Need analysis of vacancy. The process of recruiting starts when the vacancy arises. The senior manager or the department heads submit a requisition form to the HR to fill the vacant post. The HR in turn makes a detailed analysis of the vacancy. Normally, a HR must do 3 things before he starts the recruitment process. Let me explain it to you one after the other. As a first step, he should try to find out the reason for the vacancy. Problematic work environment, work overload, underpayment, job insecurity, retirement, and promotions are the main cause for any vacancy to arise. A detailed study on the above factors need to be done before filling the post in a hurry. As a second step, he should brainstorm on remedial measures like revision of wage or pay package, restructuring of work plan, employment of part-time workers to reduce work pressure, and transfer within the institution before filling the vacancy. This will boost the confidence level of the employee and his loyalty towards the organization. Also, time and money can be saved in retaining good employees by avoiding recruitment cost. Selection of alternatives is the third step. Once the HR is convinced with the need to fill the vacancy, a decision on viability of promoting or deputing an existing employee to the vacant post can be made. The HR should then select the best possible candidate to fill the gap who will really be an asset to the organization. Fresh recruitments can be then made for lower positions. This kind of strategy will limit the risk for recruitment and will boost the goodwill of the employee. Once decision on recruitment is taken, the HR manager in the food service can move on to the next stage of job analysis. Remember that the HR should be clear with what he wants his employees to do in terms of work performance and what he wants his employees to have in terms of quality standards. To carry out this, job description and job specification is mandatory in any job analysis. Job description in a food service industry literally refers to a brief detailing of job to be done by an employee specific to his work area. It informs the candidate the nature of the job and prepare him in advance depending on his priorities. Job description also helps to screen the employees based on his CV. It also helps the HR manager to frame specific questions for the interview during the selection process. Besides using it as a performance indicator, it can also be used as an evaluation tool to assess the contribution of an employee to the organization. And students, job specification refers to the criteria of standards expected from an employee for a particular job. It helps in the search of an ideal candidate. While defining the job profile of an ideal candidate, a HR manager should concentrate on educational qualifications, experience, knowledge, personal and communication skills, and personality attributes well in advance to make his recruitment process a successful one. Job specification also helps the HR to frame specific questions at the time of interview, and this can serve as an external tool for shortlisting. Was that clear? Okay. The next stage in recruitment process is to attract the ideal candidates to apply. It is highly important for any food service manager to attract the right kind of employee for his organization in a large number so that he selects the best. Irrespective of the recruitment process, the HR manager normally adopts the ADIA principle to attract his candidates. That is, he seeks the attention of the prospective candidates, nurtures the interest of the candidate to be a part of the organization, creates a desire to apply for the post, and of course offers additional information on how to complete the process of filling the application. It sounds interesting, isn't it? We have now come to the final stage of recruitment process, the shortlisting. After receiving a number of application forms from the prospective candidates, the next stage is to shortlist the forms to select the promising candidates. This is done by comparing the CV of the candidates with that of the job specification and the description. Applicants who do not meet the expected qualification, experience, and required skills may be dropped at the beginning. Followed by this, a short telephonic interview will be conducted to shortlist. Once the shortlisting is over, the subsequent procedure for selection will be carried out. Students, you may choose module 20 to learn more on selection process. To summarize, recruitment involves an intern search of right kind of an employee. The current module elaborated on the different sources of recruitment, its merits and demerits, and also discussed the process of recruitment. Recruitment process are very crucial for any food service organization because their success is only based on the performance of their employees. I am sure that this module would have given you an insight of what recruitment is all about.